What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and before we get into this battle report, I just want to talk Tau tactics for a little bit. So the whole reasoning behind this army list was two things. One, I wanted to deep strike in, or whatever it's called nowadays. I think they're just up in the Manta. I wanted the Tau to deep strike into the Tyranid front lines, and my commanders, I gave them all 4 fusion blasters, so it's essentially Melta. So they deep strike within 9 inches. 9 inches is the threshold to have the Melta roll 2 dice and pick the highest dice for damage. So I was going to plop in with my commanders. The commanders would each have 2 shield drones, basically to soak up wounds in the receiving end. So I was going to deep strike with my commanders, have a unit of 3 crisis suits behind them, each crisis suit taking 3 flamers. The reason why each one to take 3 flamers is because when the counter charge comes in, I wanted each flamer to do maximum damage. So say they're charging in on my commanders, the Tau have an ability that let them do overwatch as long as the unit that's getting charged is within 6 inches. So they'll charge my commanders, I'd be able to fire 3, 6, 9 times into them with my flamers, and that's going to do a bunch of wounds. So that was going to be one half, and then the other half was the same exact thing. So another commander, 4 fusion blasters with the 3 times flamers on my crisis suits. And then for added DACA, each crisis suit had 2 gun drones. So that's 2, 4, 6 gun drones per squad that can fire an assault 2 pulse carbine. So that was going to be 6 pulse carbine shooting, as well as 9 flamers and 4 Melta shots. So my reasoning behind this was that was going to be strong enough to take down something, a unit, a big beast in the shooting phase. So that's what I was going in mind with this army. And while that was doing work there, I was going to have my stealth suit, the Ghost Keel, kind of be a distraction unit, while the 2 broadsides in the back were firing. Or 1 broadside at the time, because I thought we were playing 1250, but apparently it was 1500, so I brought another broadside. So my broadsides were going to stay in the backfield and kind of shoot at far. Have my commanders, my crisis suit, and my guns drones go in there, guns blazing, taking things out, hitting back in the charge phase and whatnot. And yeah, that's my reasoning behind this list. So let's dive into this 1500 battle report and see how well the Tau do against the Tyranids in this new codex that they have. So here we go, guys.
Alright guys, it is yet another 8th edition battle report. This time it is 1250 points of my Tau going up against 1250 points of the brand new codex wielding Tyranids. So I have a Vanguard detachment. Here you have 2 commanders. Obviously they're not with what they should be carrying, but the commanders both have 4 fusion blasters and 2 shield drones accompanying them. Over here we've got a rail rifle broadside with 2 plasma rifles. We've got the Ghost Keel. I believe he has the Ion Raker and 2 flamers. And then for the elites, it's a 3-man geez, what are they called? 3-man battle suits with 6 gun drones. Now these guys each have 3 flamers on them. Exact same thing over here. 3 flamers on each suit with gun drones in the back. That's 6 gun drones and 9 flamers. So hopefully that will burn up the bugs while everybody else kind of demolishes them from afar. So that is 1247 points of Tau. So let's check out the army for the Tyranids. Well, silly me. I was under the impression that this was 1250 points, but I guess it's 1500. So, I'm just gonna add this guy here. So another missile side broadside into the mix, bringing me up to 1470 something points, which is close enough. So now let's figure out what the Tyranids brought. We got a Tyrannofex over here with the Rupture Cannon. We got a brood of Carnifexes,
which have 2 times Devourers with Brain Leech Worms, 2 monstrous Crushing Claws, enhanced senses, spore cysts, and they both have a bone mace tail biomorph.
Moving on over here, is that the Swarm Lord?
That is the Swarm Lord without arms.
And then you got some Gene Stealers, right?
Yeah, Gene Stealers, which four of which are going to have an Acid Maw. That's all for them.
Alright, and then we got a squadron of Zoanthropes. Anything in the skies?
We got our Trigon Prime over there with a squad of 20 Devil Gaunts.
Alright, so turn one for the Tau. So I had a plan. You guys will hear about the plan in the Tau Tactics video, but this is what happened. So I dropped in my commander and his 2 shield drones, other commander, 2 shield drones, squad of 3 crisis suits, squad of 3 crisis suits. Each crisis suit has 2 drones, so that's 6 drones there. So first of all, I fired with 12 drones with their guns onto these guys. I think I only did like 2 or 3 wounds. And then I fired with my commanders with their 4 plasma rifles, and there's still 4 of these guys left. I was hoping to kill them all, that way I didn't have to worry about smite, but at the same time I put them right next to a huge chunk of his Tyranids. I think this was a bad idea. I should have gone over here and taken one of the big boys down, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to be ready for that assault. Now, a little bit of why I did that was because my commanders have that ability that they can choose either Kanyan or Matka, so I gave them the ability which lets them re-roll hits, but they can't move. So they're stuck there, but I was able to re-roll and do a little bit more damage. I didn't get the results I wanted, but you know, these things happen, so now I'm gonna get charged. But then I still have the stealth suit in the back that was firing some pot shots there. I think he saved everything with his 3+ invulnerables. And then over here, these guys were firing all the way in the back to that card effects in the middle. Missiles did nothing, or high yield missiles did 2 damage, and then the rail rifle from this guy over here did 4 more, so he's got 2 wounds left. And yeah, that's pretty much all I could do this turn. Now let's see how well the Tyranids do against the Tau on their turn 1. Whoop-bam! What a devastating turn of events for the Tau. I knew this was coming, and I faced it. So, let's start over here. These guys fired some smite, killing off 2 shield drones. Everything else over here basically advanced forward. The Swarm Lord ability made one of the other Carnifexes move up.
But
he died because he tried assaulting this guy, but this guy was like, nah sir, flamers, and he died. So over here again, these guys smote. The Gene Stealers came in, and wham, they're in the assault phase with my commander.
surprisingly resilient.
Yes, very resilient. I actually think these guys got better in close combat than 7th edition, which is weird. But anyway, all these back here shot into those, whittled them down, and the commander took 2 on by himself. Over here, with the combined forces of that Swarm Lord and the Carnifex back there, they took out some drones as well as a 3-man unit, and then the Swarm Lord got into close combat and eviscerated my Warlord and Commander, giving him those juicy kill points. Moving on over here, the what's it called?
Trigon Prime.
Trigon Prime, which is back there.
And 20 Devil Gaunts came in, and I forgot to shoot with them.
Yeah, which is saving grace on my part. But he did get into assault and killed off my broadsides. So I think I should give up.
One of them ran away in fear.
Yeah, one of them ran away. Or got eaten. Right now it is Tyranids 8 to Tau 1. On to turn 2. Let me say that again. Tyranids 8, Tau 1, on to turn 2. And we're back to the carnage. So basically I pretty much fired everything I could at his Swarm Lord right there in the middle. And he's down to, what, 5 wounds? Yeah. So I did take almost half of his wounds off with the 3 flamers on each battlesuit, as well as the carbines. More flamers on this guy and his cyclic ion raker, but it wasn't that great. So instead of waiting for him to charge me, I went in there and I couldn't do any wounds. So he hit back, and luckily to my savior protocols, these drones were able to take the wounds, letting my crisis suits live for another turn. But yeah, I couldn't get any kill points. His Gene Stealers managed to finish off my other commander. So as of right now, it is 9-1 Tyranids. And end of turn 2, and this is the end of the game. A really quick one. Yeah, I couldn't really do anything about it. My crisis suits were just slain by the Swarm Lord. The double efforts of the Carnifex and what's that guy called? Trigon Prime massacred my dude in close combat, but not before. I did no wounds in Overwatch, so yeah, it is what it is. I should have never deep struck there. I should have gone somewhere over there. But anyway, that shows you 2 things. 1, I suck at strategies, and 2, the Tyranids are pretty nasty when it comes to this new Codex that they got. They did really awesome, even though I crapped up on my performance, but seeing them do work, you know, it's pretty crazy what they can do.